the old Holden today with all the snow. Just had this little clip in there so I don't end up making the movie too big, or the video movie sound like Spielberg now. G'day folks, and welcome back to Metal Mania 3D in the Diecast Workshop. Today on the bench again, another Holden, because it's Holden month and we're holding on to the Holdens. Go the Holdens. Alright, enough of being an idiot. Carrying on. Okay, this is a 1977 Holden Lesney Ute, made in England, matchbox. Steel base, steel top. As you can see, I've already drilled and tapped the bolt threads, done all of that prior there to speed the things up. It's not in too bad a shape. So these are HJ, HX, HZ Holden Utes. It's also got the 3 flutes in the guard, which represents the GTS front mudguards. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to put a tailgate on the back of this, because on the back here it is extremely thin where the rivets are. So I've bolted them through. You are not going to see those when it's finished, and I'll have a tailgate on there between the 2 tail lights. In the tailgate there, I'll show you how I make those. It's a bit of the plastic sheeting, polystyrene sheeting that I have. It's 2mm thick, and then it's got a body line that goes through the middle of the tailgate. So I'll show you what I'm going to do to that to put a body line in there without digging or scratching or whatever else there. Alright, so we've already drilled him. So he's going to get ready to go off to the strippers. It is missing the motorbikes out of the back, because they do look like these ones over in the corner here. We're hiding over there with all the motorbikes on the back. So that's what it should look like. Alright, so we're going back to... We just don't even know what colour we're going to go yet. It no doubt it probably might go mica red, because I'm going to throw a set of mags on it that look like the HZ LE Monaro that came out with the gold honeycomb rims. These are quite similar, very close to them. Just get him to clear up a bit better. They're very close to it. They do fit nicely in here underneath the guards. They do fit in there quite well without doing any chopping out or anything else there. Even the width is actually really good on them as well, so we won't have to do any filing or anything anywhere else. So we're going to put these little wheel kits on. I changed the tyres. It used to have Yokohama Advanced tyres on there. I don't want any white writing on it there. I don't want it to look like a boy racer ute. I just want it to look nice paint job. Tailgate on there, so it should be. Don't know if I'll do a tonneau cover. No doubt I might even just take that back window out, because the windscreen inside there, actually, when you cut the back window out, it's actually got enough glass in there to cover it. So you'll actually don't have to worry about a screen. It's already done. So I'm going to do that there with it. I don't know if I'll put a hard cover over the top. We'll see what it goes like when we put the tailgate on there. It'll have all of that in there, which I don't like. But anyway, we might put a hard cover over the top of it when we're finished. Alright, so and then wheels are going on to there. Alrighty, so there we are, 1977. Is that number 60 or 80? I'll get it here because I can actually see it better here. I want to do that. Yeah, number 60. So match Holden pickup, made in England, 1977 Lesney. Alrighty, so she's all metal, top and bottom. Love it. Right hand drive. Woohoo! Alright, so we're going to get into that one there, and we'll get him off to the strippers, and we'll come back in the nude. And she'll be in the nude, and then we'll start fitting these wheel kits and everything up. Okay, so we got him in bits. I'll pull the bits. Now I'll show you what I mean by this back window. You see it's all blocked off there, of course. Look inside. No, don't look inside, and the glass is already falling out. Put the glass back in here and just check it inside. Now what you need to do is you need to draw along there with a pen and make a bottom line there, because you notice that screen doesn't come all the way down to the bottom of the tray. Not that you're going to cut down that low. This window actually needs to be cut up about here, and then up and around, and a small bit up around the top. That way, when the glass there, take the glass out, you'll see you've already got your back window there from the factory. You don't need that. I've seen quite a few other people do these and restore these or modify them even, and no one seems to want to take the back window out. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the back window out, so that way it looks more ridgy-ditch. So there we go. Alright, just sort of show you that. And then it's just got a basic tan interior in it. So yeah, looks pretty good. basically really close to the same one of the colours besides the dark brown and that there, and the black that came out in these interiors. Alright, stick with us and we'll get it to the strippers and the car will come back in a nude. Okay, we're back with the HJHXHZ Holden GTS Ute. We'll call it now because it does have the flutes and I'm not going to fill them in. I'm going to leave them there. Now you can see the dags right up around these headlights here I was telling you about, so we'll have to clean all of it up around that bull nose area. And they're the actual blinker park lights that you can see now that the paint's all off, how they stick out. And the same on this corner here as well, because that's your blinker up the top and your little park light down the bottom. There we go, and there's the door handle there, you can see that now that all the paint's off it. We've got it all cleaned out, so we're getting ready to get all of those wheels fitted up to it. And that's your Holden Lesney Ute. Yeah, right, so anyway, we'll get them all filed up, all the dags. One of it was on, here on that front mudguard's got a really big dag line along there. And the tail lights, like the tail lights are supposed to be flush or flat. Not on the real deal, but on this. And you'll see what I mean. You see all of those big casting lines right through the middle of them. So that's I'll need to file all of those down so they're smooth. So when we do the chrome bezel around the outside and the stop and the indicator on the back, yeah, we'll get it all sorted out. They don't have the one in the mudguard. But anyway, right, that's the HZ, or XJ, whatever you want to call it. But it's a GTS Ute. Alright. Alright, so we filed them now. We filed all of the marks off. Geez, we actually had heaps. So what I did is I got another one here because this is exactly the same as the one that we started with, colour and all. But this one here I've polished up. I won't touch it. It'll actually keep. It's got a bit of paint off the plenum channel, the wiper panel, whatever you want to call it there. But otherwise, alright, cut the long story short, back to this one here now. You see, if you have a look up on here, you can see there's a lip. It's not supposed to have a lip on there on these Holdens. And the same on this side here. Well, when I took all the paint off and everything else and had a good look of it outside, it also had these here. I was hoping that was going to go down and down there. It didn't, because it did have a drip rail mould to go down there in the front windscreen pillar. And yeah, it's all over the place. It was just all daggy. So I took all of that off, cleaned all of that off there. The primer will pick that little line up there. Same as I cleaned up on the other side there. I did eventually find big edges on the mudguards, so we've got rid of all of them. It's all nice and clean there. I fixed all of the headlights and cleaned all of the front nose panel up yet. There it is. Look at that, looking spick and span. What I'm going to do with that there is I'm actually going to polish all of this so it'll all come up chrome. I don't want to be putting that chrome pen on it. Not that I don't like the chrome pen. Yeah, so we've got the line mark there. And the windows are going to be cut up. It's only a small back window on this here. You don't let it cut down and follow that shape. The windscreen inside doesn't follow it far enough. And not only that, these on the rear ones had a little area that went across here, little panel there, and a little panel that protruded out here and across there, and had like all the tonneau clips on it, so you could put a tonneau cover on there. And it also had all of them on the side. So this one's not a real one, of course, but we're going to replicate some of that like that in there, how it should be, and also put the window in there. It will go up a little bit higher than that line there, and a little bit higher above that line, because that line, when you put a hard cover on it, that line there comes straight to it. Anyway, so we've got all the marks off. You can see they're basically exactly the same, all the dags there, that big lip up on that quarter panel and all of that there. These taillights too here still have the big chunky lines in the back of it. You don't have that anymore now. These are all beautiful and smooth and clear, ready for us to paint the taillights on there beautifully. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull it apart now, and I'm going to buff all of these other chrome bits up. We'll fit the wheels to it, and then we'll get it painted. And in the meantime, when we're painting it, we will be using a hot looking Mazda red colour. You can't get the colour off the car anymore. You ring the manufacturer, they won't give it to you. I know a few people in the paint panel industry. I was lucky enough to get the colour. It's like a candy fluorescent red metallic. Man, is it alive. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, we're back now. We've done the polishing. I've just given it a basic polish, but I've polished all of the front bumper and all of the grille and everything there, so it's all going to be nice and chrome. And I've polished the bumperettes as well. So we've got it all ready there now to just give it a light sand where we don't want it polished. We'll leave all of these all polished and all that in there, so that way when I come to detail those, I can put the highlights on those and it'll look like it's got the chrome bezel around it. And then also the same on the tail lights here. That's polished, as you can see. We'll keep cleaning that off through the paint process, and then I'll put my blinker and stop and tail light there. And you can scrape it off, but I don't risk it. At the end of the day, I've had too many times where I've scraped it and it just decided it wanted to go the other way and chipped the guard off, and also depressed. Plus we've got to get this window out. Alright, so that's where we're up to with that one. It's all nice and clean underneath the bottom as well now, all screwed together. So yeah, and you can see that I've polished the front gravel tray here. That's actually should be painted the same colour as the car, but I've polished that there. I don't know whether I'm going to do that or not. We'll soon find out when it comes back. Just trying to highlight everything there, so now you can see the headlight rings properly, all clean. I got rid of those big chunky dags out of there and fixed that eyebrow on the front nose panel where it was all chipped and ugly. It was enough there, luckily, to bring it back to that sort of style there. Couldn't do it much more, because if I did, I would have started scalloping out in the front here and you would have noticed it. So we just cleaned all of the lines up. There's no roof marks on the turret there before, all that stuff's all gone. So it will come have a tailgate on there, and it will have a hard lid, and it will have a window on the back, and it'll be that nice Mazda red with those beautiful, like off the LE Monaro, similar. Just give it that sort of look. Righto. Alright, we'll be back shortly, get him in the paint processes. Just a bit of a quick catch up. There we go, we've got the wheels all fitted up to it now. Right width and everything else there, nice stance and all of that there. We didn't modify too much in this, I can put it back to original, but I want to cut the window out of the back. Well, we can still put that back and fill it in, but anyway. This is what it all comes up like here. Now we go and cut that back window out, make that tailgate, and we'll get it in the primer and through the paint process. Just thought I'd show you there what it looked like with those mags nicely sitting on it, fitting there nicely. Looked pretty good, eh? Alright, let's get it rock and rolling and the rest of it. Okay, now there's the 5mm, we'll make the tailgate out of that. And there's the 1mm styrene sheet, we'll make the tonneau cover like a hard cover. That's 1mm by 1mm angle, you can see poking through the window. There's your brass tube. We'll see if we've got enough time there, but do the tailgate, the tonneau cover, and I'll see if I have enough time, because it is Monday, this is due Saturday, so we can get the tonneau cover to flick up. Alright, we'll keep moving along and get into it. Okay, just a bit of a catch up. I've got the tarp hard cover fitted there. Now, we're not going to actually make it tilt up because I don't have time running out. I'm just going to file it back. The tailgate's all fitted in there, as you can see. It's nice, clean, tight fit. I'm just going to curve all of the edges there and file a bit more off the back. And then also this front panel here is to be painted the same colour as the car, the front gravel tray. So that'll be painted the same colour. The bumpers are all polished alloy, so we're not chroming, using a chrome pen or anything on this. And the tailgate, if you notice there at the back there, it sinks in a little tiny bit. We'll get rid of the tarp for a minute. Which is the chrome bezel panel. These Utes have a chrome bezel panel that sticks out around the taillights. Righto, we'll keep going. Righto, we've got all of the tarp finished off. It's all fitting beautifully there now. The hard cover. Now you see those marks on the top of the tarp there, and you see those two axle pins? We'll be drilling a .07 through those and then into the top of the tailgate, and we'll put those little pins in there, and you won't see them when they're all painted. You'll see two little tiny tops of the old axles, and that'll hold the tonneau cover on there and in place to stop it from falling off, and it'll come on and off. Alright. Now we use the micro drills. There's a good little set of micro drills that you should have on board that when you're doing this sort of stuff there. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I use them all the time. Now you'll see the size of the smallest hole in that styrene just there. That's a .07, and there it is in the drill. That's a bit, looks large, but it's not. It's really small. It's the same thickness as the axle. And we've drilled it in there for a test, and it works perfectly, so we'll keep cacking along. Okie dokie, there it is, all fitted up. You see what I mean by the pins? Now we're going to spray that with black vinyl, and I'm going to spray it a few times, one after the other, just as it's touch dry. Then I'll press foam on it to give it a vinyl look, and it's all fitting up nicely. So let's get that window sorted out, and let's get it sorted out and get it painted. Okay, as you can see, the window's all done, tarp's all fitted up, tailgate's all done. So let's start getting it painted. Okay, just a bit of a catch up. I've done the grill on the front there. Just got to clean it up a little bit more when that ink dries. And we've got the Ute in primer. Bad lighting in here, sorry guys. Got snow happening outside and going to be covered in it tomorrow or something shocking. Shaved all of the other areas that we're going to have ink and that sort of stuff. Righto, let's keep going along. Yep, I've got the base coat on now, mercury silver. So that's done there. We've got the little tarpaulin down there. We're going to paint that a few more times yet there. And then my little foam on my little stamp there. I'll stamp the tarp. It'll give it that vinyl look to it then. Alright, we'll keep moving along. This is the colour that we're putting on the Holden Ute, as you can see there. Now we used mercury silver as the base, and then we go layer 1, layer 2 like a pearl style work paint, and then we'll clear it off. You want it to be brighter, polish the body instead of using mercury silver, then layer 1, layer 2. Righto, let's keep going and go and see what it's look like. No, that's the layer 1 on there, all over, everywhere where it needs to be, of course, because when you put the layer 2 on there, if you've missed some, it'll come up as a different colour. And there's the tonneau cover there that we're working on. I showed you that before, and then we'll use our little sponge when we put a bit more on the tonneau cover, and it'll make it look like the vinyl. Righto. And this is the same colour that I used in episode 75 on the Gas Monkey Corvette build. So it'll look really gorgeous on this Holden Ute with the gold rims. You can see by the sponge it's giving that crinkle look like it's the tonneau cover. A couple of those other little bumps there I'll bump down, but it'll be alright. We'll get it all sorted. Okay, just a little bit of a catch up. Done that front panel there, haven't cleared it yet though. Put one coat of clear in there just to seal it. Got to do all the lights. The tail lights are all at the back and the front, they're all ready to go. Done the dash and the steering wheel and done the tow bar and put a chrome toe ball on it. The dodgy steering wheel, but I haven't got another one after I was going to break another car apart. Just sort of do a little bit of a quick spot in the sun. Shows you what that red looks like. It's beautiful. Okay, we're here with all the bits, and I've painted this up so it's like the LE Monaro that came out in the red with the gold mags, and we've got everything there. Done the number plates, number plate on the front there. You know how small these number plates are, so it shows you the clarity of them. And we've got all the tail lights done. We'll get a better look when it's all together. You'll notice a bit of old footage at the front there. I've sped a lot of that up so I could shorten the video because we recovered that from lost videos. Alright, let's get it together. Coming up after this is what we started with. Just a bit of a recap. And this is the HJHXHZ Holden Ute. This is what it looked like when we started with it. And I'll just show you one other thing there. If you notice that big dag on that corner of the headlight, we'll have to dig that out because that shroud around there should be chrome, same as the other side, so we'll have to file them all up and fix them. Alright, so this is what we started with, and coming right up after this, this is what the old beast looks like now. There we go folks, he's all done. Now I've chose this colour with those gold rims there to sort of replicate the LE Monaro if that came out in that colour on the Holden. So we did all the tail lights and the bezel panels around the tail lights, number plates, lowered it a bit because it stood up too tall there. We done all the front there. What we'll do is when it stops spinning around we'll get it up close and have a quick look. Made a tarpaulin for the back of it. Also took the window out the back. I've seen a lot of people restore these and mod these and no one's ever taken the window out of the back. So I've decided I'd do it because the glass is already there for the window. It's just that it's hidden, that's all. But anyway, let's pause him and we'll get him up and then we'll put that tarp on there. There we go, Ski. Alright, we'll just knock me out of the road there for a minute. And we'll just get to up here. I've done the front of the grille there and also done the centre. The whole little badge there's got the red in the middle there. Put the number plates, did the headlights and like there. Done the turn signals on the indicator. Park lights on the front of the fenders. Of course, we took all the major marks off this casting everywhere. We did the tail lights, so you got the Holden tail lights, put the number plate on the back, chrome ball on the tow bar, like I was saying, the window come out there. So yeah, it come out pretty good, I'm pretty happy with it. And the tarpaulin here is like a hard cover that you see on them. So let's we'll just pop him on there and clip him in and he stays in there and he all fits in there nicely, look. If you see that there. And it's all perfectly even down each side of the tarp, so it's all nice and square and it all fits up nice and snug in the window. We'll see if that we'll get a bit of brightness going on here, and you can see all of that there all fits up like it should do and how it looks. Alright, that's the Holden build that we all did there. Don't forget to go and check out all the other guys. You got PB's Retro Restorations, you got Johnny V's Custom Garage in Tassie, and you got Michael from Gravesend Australia Diecast. So go and check all of those guys out. We also did the little vents in the flutes of the GTS there. We probably could have painted them a little bit bigger, but I don't actually like them painted too big, like they're supposed to be, I suppose. Might as well have it a little bit tiny different, but that's how she turned out. Alright guys, let us know in the comments what you reckon. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Look after yourselves, and guess what? We'll catch you again on the next one. Bye for now.